What do these foreigners know about our ancient Sinhala culture? I have given Kusma so much. I've been like a mother to her. Is it too much to ask a little gratitude in return? So this the context. So as you know, so action and reaction. The next thing is to think about the situation. The situation is when Kusuma uh, breaks the news that she wanted to marry Yadasa, which made Lukunanda angry. In fact, she has become hysterical and begins to scold Kusuma. She has done such a lot for her, but she is ungrateful and so on. Although the narrator, Mahinda, and uh, his sister try to calm down Lakunanda, it's of no avail because she's a very dominating and egoistic type of woman who don't like to see others' point of view. Okay, let's see what are the further implications of this quotations like relevance to the plot, relevance to the characters, what themes are highlighted, and what poetic or what techniques are used in this extract. Okay, let's first start with the identification. The extract is taken from the show's story, Action and Reaction by Chitra Fernando. The speaker in this extract is Lokunanda. It happens during the conversation on the veranda after Kusuma's wish to marry Vedasa is revealed. Now let's see relevance to the plot. So I'm giving it in point form for you to make it easier to understand. This moment is a key turning point in the story. It increases the conflict between Lokunanda and Kusuma, as well as Mahinda and Nangi, who support the young couple. Of course, conflict with Lokunanda and Mahinda and Nangi is not as serious as a conflict with Kusuma. But uh, they also intervene, but they fail to convince Lokunanda. It shows Lokunanda's controlling and possessive nature. The anger leads her to act against Kusuma's wishes, like trying to send Piyadasa away. She sends Piyadasa to Mathura. It hints that Lokunanda will continue to control Kusuma's life and that resentment may grow. So that's the relevant to the plot. The plot it's a key turning point because here Lokunanda is objecting to the most important decision in Kusuma's life, that is to get married, because she has become a marriageable, she has turned into the marriageable age and she has selected a partner, but Lokunanda prevents that marriage. Not only she objects, but she prevents the marriage by sending Piyadasa away. That will certainly would have prevented a marriage because unlike today, they didn't have mobile phones to uh, connect with each other, right, or distance. And also, uh, she doesn't know, Kusma doesn't know where he has gone. So he has gone to Mathura. Maybe Kusma is too ignorant, maybe to go and find his whereabouts. So therefore, practically, Lokunanda leaves no chance of for their marrying or uniting. Therefore, she thereby actually violates her right to happiness and her right to marry. That would certainly uh, aggravate the rift or conflict between them and make Kusuma hardened as a character. And later, she actually takes revenge from Lokunanda by becoming the mistress of the household and treating Lokunanda as an inferior. Uh, Even though not as a servant, she dominates Lokunanda and makes her silent and acquiesce to her wishes. Yeah, for plot wise, this is a important turning point. Now let's see the relevance of that the characters. Lokunanda feels betrayed and believes Kusuma should remain loyal because of all she has done. She rejects modern ideas and clings to traditional values. That's why she says it's better than having a dozen children and uh, all that. No, therefore doesn't. She clings to the traditional values and rejects modern ideas. That doesn't mean marrying is a traditional idea. Uh, what she what is meant here is that she fails to recognize Kusuma's emotional and biological needs and make allowance for her right to happiness. Mahinda and Nangi, of course, represent the modern generation. So they uh, argue on behalf of Kusuma, but they fail. According to Lokunanda, they have done something. She has done something behind her back, right? That means Kusuma had planned everything, and at the last moment, told her that yeah, she wishes to marry. Okay, that may not align with the traditional ideas of marriage, where the adults are informed first, and then they plan and they decide the marriage. But therefore, what Kusuma has done may be viewed from the modern point of view because today's young men plan by themselves and sometimes they tell the adults later. However, although Lokunanda makes it as an excuse to separate them, a real idea or intention may have been to keep Kusuma with her and get the work. So therefore, her real intention may be selfish. As far as Mahinda is concerned, his attempt to share a different view is dismissed by Lokunanda, showing the clash between old and the new thinking. So Mahinda is the narrator of this story, and he represents the modern generation, the modern trends in the society. Kusuma, though silent. Now we come to the relevance to the themes. One is power and hierarchy. Lokunanda wants Kusuma to stay in a place and be grateful. In fact, she neglects Kusuma's emotional and psychological needs. Lokunanda, although she claims to be a pious and religious woman, turns out to be a really selfish woman who exploits Kusma for her own selfish reasons. Then tradition versus change. Lokunanda rejects modern foreign ideas and clings to traditional singular culture. So she may have seen uh, this means Kusma's planning and to marry Priyadas as some modern attitude, something she views negatively as something she had done behind her back. Thereby, she clings to traditional ideas, singular culture. Theme is gratitude versus freedom. Lokunanda expects gratitude for help, even if it means denying Kusuma's happiness. You can remember Lokunanda, what Lokunanda says. She calls him an ungrateful creature, right? Lokunanda's view, or as she claims, she has taken Kusuma into her custody and she had done everything for Kusuma's welfare, right? Therefore, Kusuma should be grateful for her. In reality, what has happened? It's true that she adopted Kusuma, and Kusuma was much better off than her home, where she suffered a lot among dozens of other siblings. But uh, she had to also sacrifice her freedom at the same time. She had to be at the nick and call of Lokunanda and perform all the duties assigned to her. And so Kusuma never gets a chance to act on her own volition or independently for her own happiness. In other words, what she lacks seriously is freedom, freedom to do what she wants. Therefore, we can't agree with Lokunanda's contention that she did a lot for Kusuma, and in turn, Kusuma must be grateful to Lokunanda. Right? And that also goes against the uh, Buddhist ideology or religion, which says that when we give something or when we do something, we mustn't expect anything in return. And that's the real core of dana, the concept of dana. But when we look at Raghunanda, we can see that she always wanted something in return. She had done a lot of meritorious deeds. That's, of course, something good. But she had done all these things with a selfish motive because she said, I think once, Lokunanda was sure of her place in Tusita heaven. So her so the idea was to go to Tusita heaven, the best of all the heavens. Therefore, Lokunanda expects something in return, even if it is something religious, a religious act. In the case of Kusuma also, she is of the view that she has helped Kusuma. So Kusuma must be grateful for her in return. That's what she gives. Right. So this is how we have been answering context questions, especially on prose and drama. First, we have to identify the character situation. Then we have to comment on its relevance to the plot, then relevance to the characters or what character traits or qualities are highlighted. Then discuss what themes are highlighted. So here, one of the themes is the power dynamics, no? Power and hierarchy. So they live in extended family where Lokunanda, uh, as a senior adult, is a dominating portion, while others obey and acquiesce to her views and approve her actions. Also, we get tradition and change, while Lokunanda represent the theme of tradition. Kusuma Mahinder and Nangi represent a change, right? In Gamperali, no, Kaisarwate, Muhandaram, and Maniki, they represent the tradition, while Nanda uh, is they represent the change in tradition, the change in culture. No? They belong to the young generation. And also gratitude versus freedom. Gratitude is something positive. Do you think Kusuma has to be has to show gratitude and uh, stay with Lokunanda and sacrifice freedom? On the surface, it seems that she has to be grateful to Lokunanda, but on the deeper analysis, we see that behind this so-called gratitude, Lokunanda's selfishness emerges. In fact, this is a kind of forced gratitude instead of real gratitude. Actually, this is a feature of our culture. No? When somebody, we help somebody, right? And we think that that person should remain grateful for us, even if we do something uh, against him. If we go beyond the line and do something, and that person criticizes that, then we fall back on what is called gratitude and say, I did this and this for you, but you are saying like this. Is something in our culture. We tend to think always about what we have done for others and not what others have done for us. Literary devices, analyze the devices. One is rhetorical question. How do these foreigners know about our ancient singular culture? This type of question is called rhetorical question because she doesn't expect an answer to this. Right? It's like a rhetorical question is actually like a strong negative statement. That means we can say the same thing like this. These foreigners don't know anything about our singular culture. So as a rhetorical question, we can say, what do these foreigners know about our ancient culture? So when we pronounce it with the relevant tone, then we can identify it as a rhetorical question. Actually, this rhetorical question is prompted by Mahinder's reference to Sigmund Freud. No? He talks about Freud and all that, and psychological. Because Sigmund Freud is the German psychologist who said that all our actions have their roots in our sexual desires. Almost all our actions. So, an outburst. A speech is full of anger and frustration. So, as a outburst, although technically it's not a technique, we can see that the whole thing is emotionally charged. I have given Kusuma so much. I have been like a mother to her. Is it too much to ask for a little gratitude in return? So that the emotional quality outburst weakens. Thorn is dismissive. She ignores Mahinder's ideas, showing her unwillingness to change. Actually, Mahinder wanted to make her calm down and see the reality, but it had the opposite effect. It further angers her. Okay? Therefore, Thorn is dismissive. She dismisses Mahinder's point of irony. There's irony also. She claims to be like a mother, but acts in a way that is selfish, not love. She says, I have been like a mother to her, but a mother will never behave like this. Mothers always give, but they never expect anything in return. So there's irony in her saying like that. I have been like a mother to her. So irony arises from contrast between what one says and what it means to us or to the reader. For the reader or for us, she certainly behaves not like a mother, but like a selfish woman.